We can debate over whether it's how to address it. But there's no question the climate is changing. It is a fact. It is a mathematical fact. And how do I know this? And somebody will say, well, how do you know? And I said, because science is about repeatable experiments and also proving things wrong. So let's say I said that climate change is real. And this was the first time it had ever been said, which is not true. Then 100 people would say, that can't be true. I'll see if he's wrong. And then all of a sudden, they'd see I was right and I'd get some big prize, right? So the falsifiability of these assertions is very important. How do you know that science is correct? It's because people are constantly testing it.
And why is this skill of critical thinking so especially important in a world of AI?
Well, partly because AI will allow for perfect misinformation. So let's use an example of TikTok. TikTok can be understood. It's called the bandit algorithm in computer science, in the sense of the Las Vegas one-armed bandits. Do I stay in the bandit machine and I keep on this slot machine, or do I move to another slot machine? And the TikTok algorithm basically can be understood as, I'll keep serving you what you tell me you want, but occasionally I'll give you something from the adjacent area. And it's highly addictive. So what you're seeing with social media, and TikTok is a particularly bad example of this, is people are getting into these rabbit holes where all they see is confirmatory bias. And the ones that are, I mean, if it's fun and entertaining, I don't care. But you'll see, for example, there are plenty of stories where people have ultimately self-harm or suicide because they're already unhappy. And then they start picking up unhappy. And then their whole environment online is people who are unhappy, and it makes them more unhappy because it doesn't have a positive bias. So there's a really good example where, let's say in your case, you're the dad. You're going to watch this as the dad with your kid, and you're going to say, it's not that bad. Let me show you let me give you some good alternatives. Let me get you inspired. Let me get you out of your funk. The algorithms don't do that unless you force them to. It's because the algorithms are fundamentally about optimizing an objective function, literally mathematically maximize some goal that has been trained to.
Attention.
In this case, it's attention. And by the way, part of we have so much outrage is because if you're a CEO, you want to maximize revenue. To maximize revenue, you maximize attention. And the easiest way to maximize attention is to maximize outrage. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Right?